Hey, it's Brenda Meller back again for another LinkedIn profile mini audit, and I'm joined today by Julie Kleinhans. Julie, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. And as I'm going to start to share your profile up on screen here, Julie, as I'm doing that, could you take a minute and tell us your name, the name of your business, what do you do, and who do you help?
I'm Julie Kleinhans, founder of Reshape and Recover, a Christ-centered 12-step online membership program that helps people overcome food addiction and overeating and achieve lasting freedom. I serve people who struggle with long-term weight loss, emotional eating, and food-related strongholds. And whether they're new to the 12-step recovery or just wanting to grow more along spiritual lines and looking for a long-term solution to weight loss.
Wonderful. I love your spiritual focus, and I love that you're doing work that's helping to improve and probably transform people's lives as well. So, as we look at your LinkedIn profile today here, Julie, do you have some specific questions you'd like me to answer, or would you like just some pointers? What would be most helpful?
Some pointers would be great.
Okay, great. Looks like right now you've got a profile that's pretty well filled out in here. One thing I see is at the top of your profile, we have your name field, we have your headline field. Your headline, by the way, does a really great job of defining who it is that you serve, the problems that you solve, the solutions that you're offering. Really great job there. Underneath that, we have your location, and then there's a website link that says reshapeandrecover.com. So one of the suggestions I'm going to give to you, and I'm going to pull my profile up just so you can see this comparison here, is to change that website link and add in some descriptive text. So what you can do is, and here's just an example of that. So instead of saying mellermarketing.com/webinar, you can actually put some descriptive text in there. And to do that, what you need to do is click on that gray pencil icon to get into your edit intro section. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. And then in the place where you have that link, right now yours reads reshapeandrecover.com. You'll have a box underneath that will say link text. And Julie, what you can do is you can describe in 30 characters or less, what do people get when they visit that link? Or more importantly, what is the problem that you solve or the solution that you're offering there? So maybe it's ready or looking to recover from overeating or want fast weight loss or something that's descriptive. And I'm probably using the wrong words and phrases, but you see where I'm going here with the using a phrase that's leading people in?
Yep, sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a simple technique. And I always say it's an easier way rather than just referring people to the website, giving them the solution that they're going to achieve by visiting that link. So that helps sometimes to bring them in there. All right, let's move on down to your about statement. Let me see if anything's jumping out at me here. Okay, so here's a great opportunity, Julie, to tell more of the backstory, maybe describe more of your business. So, important to keep in mind here is that LinkedIn gives you 2,600 characters in total for the about statement. Now, the most important characters in here are actually the first 400 to 450 or so, which is what appears in this previewable area. I just refreshed the page so you can see here what I'm referring to. So imagine, Julie, that most people visiting your profile will not click on see more. And that's actually a statistic. 95% of people visiting our profiles don't click on see more. Now, the right people will if we've captured their attention and if what's in the first paragraph is compelling. Now, you've done a great job of writing in your first four sentences here, the first four lines rather here. You've described, are you or someone struggling to lose weight because of overeating? I understand, I've been there. You're hooking them in immediately, and then you're also talking about the Christ-centered approach that you're using. That's going to attract people that are within that same religion methodology as well. And it's going to push the wrong people away, which is okay. We don't want people visiting your profile if they're looking for life coaching. We want to keep the people on your profile that are struggling with overeating. Now, an opportunity for improvement in here, Julie, is what I like to do is in the first four lines, usually like in the last line, try to add in some call to action. If you're interested, learn more by emailing me at julie@website.com, or if you're interested in learning more, go to website.com, giving them some type of a call to action in there. You can keep everything that you have, but what I might suggest, Julie, is start to split this out. So keep the first four lines all in one thick paragraph. After we get to that end of the where it says see more, then do a paragraph break and do a second paragraph. And I've actually got a formula for about statements. I'll send you the blog after our call here today. What I like to do is in the first 4 lines, what do you do? Who do you help? And what do you help them with? Ending with a call to action. Second paragraph is describing your company. Your company, I created Reshape and Recover because, or talk about that backstory. What led you to creating the company that you're currently involved with? And then maybe even listing like a bulleted list of products or services underneath that, offering a 12-step program, individual coaching, team training. I'm just making this up here, but almost making a menu. If you were to walk into a restaurant, you'd have a menu of things that you can order. So making it super easy for people if they're interested in doing business with you. So first paragraph is what do you do? Who do you help? What do you help them with? Contact info. Second paragraph is about the company. Maybe the third paragraph might be some of that career or professional backstory. Prior to starting my company, I worked within XYZ industries and I struggled with my weight for many years. What's the why behind it is what you're doing, and why are you qualified to do what you're doing as well? So just using this space as an opportunity to tell more of your backstory. LinkedIn gives us 2,600 characters in here. And I always like to say I'm an opportunistic marketer. So if LinkedIn gives me a box, I'm going to put something in that box. And if LinkedIn says that box can contain up to 2,600 characters, I'm going to use as many of those as I can. Because what's important to keep in mind here, Julie, is that not everyone will read all of it. But the more keywords and phrases that you include in there that are relevant to the work that you do, the more likely that when someone goes into the search bar at the top, the more likely you'll be to come up to their search results if you're using more of those characters. And for the right people reading your profile, it can really help to build up that trust, to help to educate them and inform them a bit more about your work. What do you think about that technique?
That sounds great.
Good. Okay. All right. And then one other thing I noticed was that when I did a page refresh, I noticed at the top in your LinkedIn URL, it currently reads linkedin.com/Julie dash Kleinhans dot dash, and then it's like an alphanumeric combination. And that's something that you can actually change and you can simplify. And I'm going to pop over to my profile just to show you where you can do that. What you'll want to do is go to the top of your profile. In the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see a white box that says profile language and public profile and URL. If you click on that little gray pencil icon there, it's going to take you to a page that says public profile settings. And in the upper right-hand corner, in that white box, it's going to say edit your custom URL. There's a little blue pencil here, and we click on that little blue pencil, and you're going to see the only thing that you can change is after the last slash mark. Now, if I were you, Julie, I would try to make it just first name and last name. You can keep the dash if you want, or I don't do a dash in mine. It's perfectly fine that way. But delete out the gobbledygook, the alphanumeric 42980628. For some reason, and I don't know why, but LinkedIn assigns a number combination to your URL when you first set up your profile. And by simplifying it, it does two things. One is it helps you to come up in more relevant searches when people are searching for your name, either within LinkedIn or even in Google searches. And the second thing is when people land on your profile and they see that URL, sometimes when we see that, it's the sign of a LinkedIn newbie, like somebody who's just getting started on the platform. And more often than not, Julie, it's just honestly like people don't know that they can change it or where that they can change it. So now you've been informed and you have the opportunity to clean that up. What do you think about that?
Great. Thank you. Great advice.
You're welcome. And do keep in mind that when you do change your LinkedIn URL, if you're using that in any other places on your website, on your Instagram, Facebook, other places pointing to LinkedIn, LinkedIn will redirect the traffic for about 6 months to a year, but do make sure to get that web link updated with the new URL that's in there. All right. Any questions about any of the tips that we've covered so far here today?
No, thank you. It's very helpful.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to see. And by the way, we're on Zoom on YouTube right now. For the podcast listeners, you'll have to come over to YouTube and check it out. But I love how you have behind you some imagery of your logo and your messaging as well. Really does a good job of helping to bring that brand continuity together.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. All right, great. Thank you, Julie, for the opportunity to review your profile. I hope this session was helpful for you today.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And for our podcast listeners and YouTube viewers, if you are interested in getting a LinkedIn profile mini audit, download my free LinkedIn checklist, which is called 15 LinkedIn Profile Tips for Coaches and Consultants. Watch the emails that you get from me because in one of the final emails in that series, you'll see a link to schedule your own free LinkedIn profile mini audit. With that said, thank you so much for listening and for viewing, and have a wonderful day.